Stand by the rod of the apostolic. I move you forward. Move into your destiny.
The first thing that the prayer that engenders dominion produces is access to the voice of God. If God is not speaking into your life, you'll be in trouble. It is by prayer that divine purposes are born. And so when money comes together, the wiser person should spend it. That's how it works. Number two issue of finance that people have is irresponsibility, laziness, and a lack of dutifulness. So you find certain marriages, the woman is working from morning till night. The man wakes up around 9 o'clock and he prays in tongues till 6. He said, we will take Africa. We want to take Africa. Paul said in 2 Thessalonians 3:10, he said, if you don't walk, don't eat. Or some women wake up, they cross their leg, they are changing their nails. They change nails from morning till night. After they finish nails, they go to do hair, waiting for the man to bring money. If you are irresponsible and undutiful towards finances, you will create a gap. And that gap will create a crisis around the finances of the home. It is the responsibility of the man to take care of the home, but the woman cannot be a body. She must do something. And it's the responsibility of the man to take care of the home, so it is his responsibility for him to hope that the wife will be the one paying school fees, paying house rent, and doing everything. After a while, when you talk, the woman will say, keep quiet. She is calling the shot. You will wake up and say, I'm the man of the house. If you are the man of the house, begin by taking responsibility. So don't come into the home and you are spending the fortune of the family on riotous living. And you say, you are the head. You determine what happens. You will run that family aground. I spoke with my wife, I think, 4 or 5 months ago. I said, well, the money, as we got married, I didn't ask her salary. I don't know what she earns because I didn't marry her with the intention that I will spend from her salary. But I said, the money, what we'll do is that we'll open an account. I'll be depositing money there from time to time. What my wife does, maturity, and by reason of training, is that she doesn't bother you. Every other thing she can do, she does it. So you have to be sensitive to know when to send money quickly, because she will be doing it and not tell you. So I say, Kai, wait. What we'll do is we'll create an account. I'll be depositing an amount of money every month. And the reason I'm doing that is twofold. Number one, so that you don't bear the family burden and I become irresponsible in the eyes of God because you don't tell me anything. And then number two is because if I hold the family money, I will spend it. She is wiser with money. If you give me money now, come back in 48 hours, 98% will go into ministry. I only think ministry. I will spend the whole money and be trusting that God will send another one. So because of poor planning with money on account of ministry body, she becomes the custodian of the family's wealth. And even if we become 10 billion richer tomorrow, she will call the shot. I don't have to be the one who determines how money is spent to be head of home. Because if I'm spending like that, our wealth will go backward. We will run into minus. So as touching finances, one of the problems people have is not because the money is not there. It's immaturity in handling money. So there's prideful spending. There is lack of financial plan. And one of the persons is insisting that he must be the one or she must be the one that determines how money is spent. No. It's the person who is more prudent with money that should control money. If it is the man, let him control money. If it is a woman, let him control money. Because if you gave your body, then money can no longer be a challenge. If money is still a challenge after you have given your body, it means you are a harlot. Because it's only a harlot that values money more than her body. It's a lot of responsibility to raise a home. Never let your wife dishonor your mother, but also never let your mother torment your wife. Your ability to handle the two is what defines your maturity as a man. I see a lot of questions People put strange things online. They say if there is a challenge and you need to save your wife, save your mother, or save money, which one will you take? If that kind of thing happens, before I save my mother, my father will save her. Because my mother is my father's responsibility. Are we together? And I hope you understand the balance. If you find a woman who doesn't have training and respect, it's your duty to culture and train her. And while you are training her, separate your mother and protect her. And if you have a mother who wants to kill your wife, protect your wife and put your mother aside and take care of her from a distance. It is a responsibility that you must meet. Because sometimes family can become insensitive. The reason many marriages crumble is because of external factors. Some father-in-law will call and say, I've been trekking. So, if you have been trekking, then we will trust God for a car. But now the immediate family has a budget. So may the Lord strengthen the trek until there's an intervention. And so the woman may earn more, the man may earn more. By all means, nobody should be idle. Financial crisis comes when people don't contribute. When people don't do anything to generate money. No matter how someone loves you, if you are a burden for a long time, that love will die. So, a lack of dutiful sense causes a lot of problem in marriages. And then number 3, around finances, is overbearing of burdens without your spouse's knowledge. There are some people, they are married. The whole problem of their family, they carry it on their head. And they carry this problem on their head so much so that they become irresponsible to their immediate family. When you ask, they say, it's my mother, it's my brother. When you get married, it is after you fulfill your duty in your nuclear family that you are permitted to fulfill your duty outside. God will not hold you responsible for the welfare of the family you are coming from. But this family, he said, if you don't provide for your household, you have denied the faith, you are worse than an infidel. Many crises in homes arises when the man doesn't have priority in handling finances. He spends all his money taking care of his family and neglects his wife and his children. And then he comes and said he doesn't have a choice. I'm not saying be responsible to your family, but I'm saying that one is out of loyalty to the bloodline. This one is a commandment of God. And so you must understand that your primary duty is to your immediate family. If you don't have enough to take care of your immediate family, you cannot have to take care of the family you came from. That's how this kingdom works. If you don't take care of your wife and your children, he says you are worse than an infidel. And this also spirals into other aspects. Sometimes you find people fighting, and I was going to talk about that. Burdens from external families. The man's mother comes and sits in the house, and every day he's bullying the man's wife. And he wakes up and says, my mother. The person God gave responsibility to take care of your mother is your father. The person God gave responsibility to take care of your wife is you. So your first responsibility is to your wife before your mother. Even your mother knows that. And that's what the Bible teaches. Does this mean you should dishonor your mother? No. However, if there is a crisis of that order, your first priority is to protect your home and then make sure your mother is honored. And so what you do is to honor your mother, but take her back to her husband's house and take care of her from there. But in a situation where your father is dead and your mother is helpless, create other means either cooperating with your siblings or any other means you can to take care of your mother. If because of your mother your family breaks, both you and your mother will not be forgiven. And I also know a situation where women are untrained and irresponsible, that they dishonor their mothers-in-law. If your wife does that, you cannot take it because you're also a son to your mother. But you need to teach her, correct her, and make sure it doesn't happen. If that cannot happen, first of all, remove your mother from there. Because no matter how you define it, she is the third party. The Bible says, for this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother and be cleaved to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh.